it is working. Well, good afternoon. Welcome to the PNC Live Studio at KINK. I am Peggy Lapointe, host of KINK Sunday Brunch. This is my good friend Gustav. Jared's in the house. It is a nice crowd. It's a nice place to be. Oh, there's Jared. Sorry, please give Jared another round of applause. That's it? Oh, just kidding. Okay.
Jared gets all the applause.
Nice crowd. Thank you for being here for Judah and the Lion. This is our second show today. Second show with the banjo, too. So I don't know if that means anything, but...
Normally it would be terrifying, but if you guys are into it, that's cool. I'm totally kidding. Ask the guy wearing the Depeche Mode shirt about banjos.
All right, you want to do this?
Yes, let's do this.
Right.
So we have some trivia questions for prizes.
Yes. So the first prize is Two Door Cinema Club. They're going to be at the Crystal Ballroom May 21st. If you know the answer, raise your hand. Don't shout it out. You don't raise it. We haven't asked a question yet.
They're reading our minds.
Gustav's got the questions.
All right, first question for you. We have been appreciating a certain job profession all this week. What is it? Oh, I saw your hand right there in the... Teachers Week, yes. Everybody, let's hear it for teachers. Okay.
I'm coming. The next prize is Tedeschi Trucks Band. They're going to be at the Keller Auditorium May 23rd.
Okay. Your second question, who are the Timbers hosting this Sunday at Providence Park? I saw your hand go up first. The Seattle Sounders is correct. Yes, big rivalry going on.
All right, who got this?
Oh, and it's worth mentioning, during today's Friday free-for-all at 5 o'clock with me on KINK, you have a chance to win tickets to that upcoming Timbers game this Sunday, you guys. So be listening for that in the 5 o'clock hour this afternoon on KINK.
I forgot to mention Gustav took first in his age group for the Rose City 5K.
And Peggy took second in her age group.
Thank you. And my 17-year-old today said, so somebody older beat you? And I said, there goes your college tuition.
We were both, yeah, so we were at the, it was the Rose City 5K yesterday, and we walked it. And our walking pace, what was it? What was our walking pace?
15:18.
Which is, that's
we kicked
like,
butt.
Yeah, I was like, I was exhausted. I was like, man, this walking thing is hard. All right, are we up to the third question?
Yes.
All right, here we go.
Sarah McLachlan, Hayden Holmes, May 28th.
Ooh, all right. So given the fact that this next band, Judah and the Lion, let's practice with some applause for these guys. Judah and the Lion.
Woo!
All right. So here is a lion-related trivia question for you. What was the name of the villain in Lion King?
I saw it, hand, white shirt.
Scar is correct. Have you seen the trailer for the live-action version of that, by the way? The Disney live-action Lion King trailer? Anyone seen it? Anyone seen it? Yeah. I'm like, wow. Doesn't have laser beams or explosions or anything, but it looks amazing. So I'm all about laser beams and explosions. All right, here we go.
But no banjos.
And banjos.
And then our final prize is a Bi-Mart gift card, $25.
All right. Given the fact that Judah and the Lion are from Nashville, here's a Nashville-related question for you. Can you name the most famous music venue in Nashville? Saw that hand right there. Grand Ole Opry. Okay, yes, nicely done. Hey, for bonus points, no prize associated with this, but you get bragging rights. Who can tell me which musician offered to play the Grand Ole Opry without realizing you have to be invited to it? This happened just recently. Who? That would be amazing because Elvis is. Last I checked, he's dead.
He left the building.
Anyone else? Beyonce is right. Yes, Beyonce was like, "Hey, you guys, I'll play the Grand Ole Opry," and then everyone was like, "Yeah, you need to be invited to do that." So.
All right, you got house rules?
Yes, house rules. Okay, really quickly, I'm sure all of you guys have one of these in your pocket or on your person. Make sure it's on silent or do not disturb. That would be really kind of you because we don't need any sort of noises going off while the band are playing. Also, you're welcome to take photos and video. just be respectful of the artist. Don't live stream the event the entire time and sit behind your phone. You know, you're welcome to take some photos and videos and do that. Also, we do have a good crowd here today, which is awesome. But noise carries real far in this room. So while they're performing, if there's quiet parts of the music, try your best to keep noise to a minimum. We greatly appreciate it. With that, we have Judah and the Lion coming right up, and Jared's going to talk to these guys as well. Let's hear it for them.
There you go. Down go the lights. You guys ready for a little music? That is correct. Please make some noise and welcome to the PNC live studio at KINK, Judah and the Lion.
How's it going, everybody? Me and Brian are really coming, we're kind of riding the high of the record coming out today. So if you haven't listened, you should. Thanks to KINK for having us out, and that really fun name to say. I'm Judah, this is Brian, and we're going to play some songs off the new record. This is our first performance post-record, so expect it to kind of fully be raw. Very emotional night last night for the two of us, just as like a very personal, like it's really interesting, like with writing music, it's so healing and cathartic, and you're kind of doing it, and then to publicly, you know, release it is just, it's almost like as healing as writing it, because you're just kind of like, oh, now everybody's gonna know all my shit, you know. It's not just me. So yeah, we're really excited about the record. You know, looking back, our previous record is called Revival, and I'm going to try to keep this short. I like to talk after records to kind of like unwind a little bit and process. But I think we wanted to write a record about heartbreak and divorce and pain of losing people or going through grief in a way that was from a position of forgiveness for ourselves, getting to this position of acceptance. And a bulk of the record is about my divorce during the pandemic and just how painful and raw that was. And I was writing a bunch of these kind of, you know, hateful songs, I would say, like early on, and I was like, we don't want to release these songs. It's not gonna be, I mean, it might be good songs or whatever, but it's like, that's not what the energy we're trying to put into the world. And so we had this thought of doing a record based off of the Kubler-Ross's stages of grief, which is denial, anger, bargaining, depression, then acceptance. And it was just super beneficial to my story to kind of go back and look from this position of healing and forgiveness versus like the hateful thing that I was kind of in, and have like a lot of empathy towards myself, towards my ex, towards the people in my life that I was kind of struggling with. So we're going to just do one song per those stages. So it starts out in denial. This one's called Heartbreak Syndrome.
Driving around east of our downtown, every black Jeep that I see's making me turn around. I'm trying to let you go, but I don't know how. I'd never like to be alone with a ghost in a house. And I tried to let you know that you don't really need the space. You thought that I would smile as I watched you walk away, and all our friends try to get me to explain I just wanna hold her close, tell her everything will be okay. I just wanna hold her close. I'm in denial, it's been a while since you checked in with me. You missed my birthday, I put on a strong face. Why am I your enemy? I'm in Cafe Rose by myself 3 nights a week. And I'm trying not to text you to follow your boundaries. I thought that I would be the one you'd always need. You don't look me in the eyes, so I cry on my knees. You don't look me in the eyes, so I cry. I'm in denial, it's been a while since you checked in with me. You missed my birthday, I heard you were out late. Why am I your enemy? And I got diagnosed with heartbreak syndrome. Guess this is killing me. Doc said it's probably best to try and manage the stress, 'cause I can't let you leave.
Thank you.
That's right. Keep it going for Judah and the Lion. They're playing their hearts out up here. Thanks for coming in, gentlemen.
Thanks for having us.
Last time you were in Portland, discuss. Like, what was the story to tell the last time we were in Portland? Or an amazing thing happened at this one time in Portland. Do you have one of those?
One of my favorite memories was looking. I was like trying to find Voodoo's Donuts, and I was like having a hard time with my GPS because it was like on the phone it was like not really helping for whatever reason. And so I like asked this guy, I was like, hey, is Voodoo's Donuts close? Are we like and going in the right way? And he was like, that stuff's bad for you, right? and he was smoking a cigarette. He was like, that stuff's got a lot of sugar in it. And I was like, it's donuts.
Dude, Did you found it though, and you had one, and you're okay.
It was great.
It's
I'm
pretty damn
still
great.
here to tell the story. Yeah.
Well, welcome back. Congratulations on the new album, The Process. That deserves a round of applause.
Thank you.
That's like you told us quite a bit about it before the first song, but going through something like what you went through is extremely heavy, and you put it into the 5 steps of grieving, one of which overeating and sleeping in too much. You left that one out. But so you got 18 songs on these 5 topics. How does that play out onto the album?
Yeah, it was fun, like the process of writing it, knowing the stages before having the songs, because we kind of just had to, it was almost like a puzzle piece that we had to fill in. Having that roadmap was, I think, like a cool thing in the process of writing the songs.
Yeah, and it's like broken down pretty simply too. So we did like an instrumental per stage. So we wanted to be very obvious. I mean, because when we were growing up, we bought records in full to hear this, the whole story. And even though we live in a kind of a single heavy world, we wanted it to be kind of clear that this is like, these are the songs in the denial phase. So like it was really fun kind of puzzle piece, because at one point we had a lot of songs in anger and a lot of songs in acceptance. And we were like, we gotta fill in the gaps here with bargaining and denial, which was really fun as like, storytellers.
Tonight at the RV InStyle Resorts Amphitheater, it's like a whirlwind month for you guys. It's like playing every night across the United States and then some, and then a fall tour to come. The album came out today. Do you guys have a tradition when an album comes out? I'm always curious. Like, do you go to a record store and go, wow, this is a good record, you guys should buy this one? Do you have any traditions like that? Stay up till midnight? I don't know.
Yeah, one thing we got to do in Nashville was play at Grimey's, which is a local record store. And we've done that for previous albums too, we did that a couple weeks ago before we left for tour. But we usually just kind of like have a toast together, hug, I don't know, stay up till
I think it's like a new
till
tradition
midnight.
for me. Like last night, our tour manager did a really lovely job of like celebrating us, and And I guess this is a new tradition, is like we'd huddle up, have a drink or whatever, and then I just go by myself and just like weep. So I don't know if that's a good tradition. It's just the truth.
My tradition is I cry my eyes out all alone. But like you said earlier, this is you put a lot of your heart into this record, very personal record. How hard is it to release that, like you said, into the wild? What was yours in private and intimate is now in cassette form, and it's now all of ours. It's not just yours anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's so cathartic writing it and
Sure.
recording it and going back and really being able to kind of heal the spaces that need to be healed. And because, you know, as artists, like, it's our job to dig up wells. And it's not necessarily fun stuff, digging up the stuff that you don't want to necessarily face. So that's healing. The releasing part of it is also healing, because it's like, oh wow, like like I said, like everybody kind of knows, like you're kind of exposed in a way.
Right.
And then the third part of that is getting to play it live and getting to have an interaction with someone in the audience that's singing the song back to you, that for whatever reason it's connecting in their own story, even though it's, you know, different details. And then that is healing together. So there's like the beauty of music is just there's so much love in that circle pod of emotions, togetherness, and I think that's why we love playing shows.
Yeah, and it all comes back. We've all grieved, and we've probably all put on an album or a song and went, "Oh my God!" And then it just comes out of you, and it helps you heal too. Both your moms were therapists. Does that play into knowing the process?
In theory.
Okay.
Yeah, we're definitely familiar with a lot of the jargon that comes from therapy, and like
Sure.
both of us have
We
been
just
going to
never got
therapy
away
for a
with
while.
anything growing up.
Let's talk it out, kids. Let's talk it out. Congrats on the album. Have fun tonight playing with Need to Breathe, and good luck on the road. And have fun playing all these new songs. We're looking forward to hearing some more.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Judah and the Lion, everybody.
That's our dog, Jared. Was doing like liners for the for KINK before, and was like, "Now you can listen to our dog, Jared." I was like, it was very poorly done. So if you hear that liner on air,
I love it. Thank you.
so the next section of you know the stages is anger, and this section, like, I was really bad at. Even though, you know, I had amazing parents growing up, and my mom being a therapist, we were allowed to have emotions and stuff like that. I think just maybe the stereotypical Southern boy that I was, like, I just kind of bottled my anger a bit. And I think this stage for me, I had chronic back pain for 3 years after I kind of found out some things that I didn't want to hear, and it manifested in my back in such a bad way. And so I had this, I call it like kind of like the hell week, where I went to therapy, got a lot of work done, and I pretty much just screamed at everybody for about a week, including Brian and our manager. And after that week, my chronic back pain went away. So it was just kind of this weird, even though the anger was misdirected, like after I fully allowed myself to feel it, the healing kind of started to kind of enter my body. So this one's I guess it's been out about a month now. It's called Floating in the Night.
Looking in the mirror and I think I see it clear now. I place the blame on everyone else. Always really like to be right. It doesn't really matter how it happened when you're looking back. No one really wins in the end. Hits me every now and again. And the anger felt good for a season. Picking fights with my friends for no reason. And all of this over drinking doesn't to swallow, the hardest thing for me to take. Was it that you needed the space? You told me that I wasn't safe. It doesn't really matter how it happened when you're looking back. I just hope that you're okay. I dream of punching him in the face. And the anger felt good for a season. Picking fights with my friends for no reason. And all of this over, drinking doesn't mean that she's coming back home. I don't want to sugarcoat this. Stop dumbing down all my emotions. When it just sucks when you're holding on. Feel life to a rope that's just floating in the night. You leave me alone, and I don't know how to let you go. When did it go wrong? Why did you leave me alone? And the anger felt good for a season. Picking fights with my friends, I don't need them. And all of this overthinking's got me. Drinking helps me when I sleep alone. I don't wanna sugarcoat this. Stop fucking with all my emotions. When it just sucks when you're holding on. Feel life to a rope that's just floating in the night.
Sorry about the F word. I was like, can we cuss? Like, I don't know. If there's any, I guess, I don't know. I have nephews and nieces, and I told my sister, I was like, I don't know if this record, how you're going to feel about some of the words to my sister. I'm really close to my sister. And she said something, she was like, well, it might not be meant for them now, but one day it will be. So that like really kind of freaked me out. You know, we have a bunch of people that are younger than 15 at our shows too. So it's been kind of like a new territory for us to use cursing, as weird as that is to say, because we kind of have this like wholesome show, but it's like, you know, there are times when you're just so mad at life and angry that I do think that it's good for you to express yourself in that way. Like again, not directed at anyone. A lot of times for me it was like into my pillow, but yeah, it's like a funny thing. Sorry, I didn't even ask you if that was okay to say, so I just kind of did it. I felt it.
You say what you feel.
Okay. This next one is in the stage of bargaining, which I transparently, we had really good references to kind of piggyback off of, because you know the thing is like me and Brian are not experts in the stages of grief at all, but we had, you know, our moms and my aunt and our both of our therapists to kind of piggyback off like what is bargaining, and a lot of what I learned through it was like a bargaining after you've lost someone or after you've gone through heartbreak. There is this time where you're kind of like negotiating either with yourself or with that person or with God or whoever it may be, and I think one of the most beneficial things in this stage was getting to this place of like, okay, it is what it is. Like, you know, I did not, me or my ex did not want this to happen. You don't get married wanting to get divorced. And then coming to this realization that it happened, and being able to kind of move forward from that was super beneficial in my healing. So this one's called Is What It Is. Am I talking too much? Are we okay? Feeling good? Okay.
why we go through so many things. Scared of death and too afraid to live. That's why me and my friends just talk about the aliens. Breathe in, breathe out, my 2 feet on the ground. Breathe in, breathe out, my 2 feet on the ground. It is what it is, wasn't meant to happen any other way, 'cause it did. Doesn't really matter what you wanted in the end, when it is what it is, what it is, what it is, what it is. It is what it is, wasn't meant to happen any other way. Doesn't really matter what you wanted in the end, when it is what it is, what it is. The one thing I know is I don't got any answers. Try to stay in the moment, I get lost in forever. I don't know if it ever gets better. That's why old men just talk about the weather. Breathe in, breathe out, my 2 feet on the ground. Breathe in, breathe out, my 2 feet on the ground. It is what it is, wasn't meant to happen any other way, 'cause it did. Doesn't really matter what you wanted in the end, when it is what it is, what it is. It is what it is, wasn't meant to happen any other way. Doesn't really matter what you wanted in the end, when it is what it is, 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 love. It is what it is, wasn't meant to happen any other way. Doesn't really matter what you wanted in the end, when it is what it is, what it is. It is what it is, wasn't meant to happen any other way, 'cause it did. When you're looking back, try giving less of the shit, when it is what it is, 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 love.
Beautiful. Thank you. We doing C sharp? That works for me. Okay. Would you like to say anything?
Thank you guys. Is this on? Check, check, check. Can you hear me? There it is. Thank you guys so much for being here. This is really special to experience this release day with us and kind of, I don't know, give a go of like explaining the record and laying it out for you. This is like a first for us. So
I
we're
can't think
just-
of anything like more raw.
Yeah.
Like just coming out with a record. I did have like about a 2 or 3 hour like just purely like weeping session last night, and so to be able to come up here and play these songs, it's like about as raw as you're gonna. I think maybe anyone can get us. So thank you for being a part of that. So now we get to depression. I promise the record is uplifting. It's really interesting. When I'm now engaged too, by the way. Brian just had a baby, so the next record is going to be about just pure bliss. But there's like just like we wanted the music to feel hopeful, even though we're writing about real stuff. I think the undercurrent of life is the fact that like you can hold pain and true, heartbreak, and also have hope and light and beauty. And the depression phase, as we all know what depression is. We've had friends, or maybe you or yourself or whoever it is, family members, like suffer in this stage in a great way. And for me, I didn't really realize how depressed I was. I don't know if I was like just oblivious to it or whatever, or trying to have this kind of toxic positivity thing where I was like, I'm okay. But it wasn't really until I was kind of on the other side of it that I realized how bad it was for me. And we wrote this song kind of just thinking about how you can be really angry and mad at a human being like my ex or whoever it may be for you, but also like want the best for them, in a way that's like, man, this really sucks, but like now that we're here, how can I address this in a way, and again from a posture of like forgiveness and empathy. And I kind of went back and like kind of gave my one final like grand gesture of like, we're gonna save this thing, and kind of got beat down a little bit and during the conversation. And I drove back, tried to drive back home where I was living at the time, and had this like major panic attack. I had to stop the car and get out. Called my mom, and she said, just stay right there, I'm gonna come get you and stuff. She's like an hour away. And those moments like that happen in your life, you just never forget. So we kind of wrote that about holding that space for this, like, man, this is really tough, but also wanting the best for another. So this one's called Only Want the Best for You.
Fight or flight, it's black and white. I froze in time and I'm stuck in the traffic. I couldn't catch my breath. I don't know why I even tried to fight it, when the fact of the matter is you already left. There alone inside my room, as my heart broke into two. On my knees, I hope you see the truth. I want the best, I only want the best for you. I want the best, I only want the best for you. Want the best, I only want the best for you. I want the best, I only want the best for you. I cried my eyes out when I told your papa that I tried my best. I crossed my heart and hoped to die. I gave my hate a sweet goodbye, so only love was left. And I know you got your point of view. Now you know I've got mine too. I want the best, I only want the best for. I want the best, I only want the best for. I forgive myself and you. And I hope that one day you can too. I want the best, I want the best for you. I want the best. I want the best, I want the best for you.
No, let me sing that.
I want the best, I only want the best for you. And I hope that all your stars align and that your heart can heal in time and all your dreams come true. You should know the heart you broke just didn't want to let you go, and that I only want the best for you.
Beautiful, thank you. I kind of put you guys on the spot there singing. Sorry for that. Sometimes it's like if when you're in this proximity, it's like it's a little bit too vulnerable to kind of sing with like a stranger right next to you.
Plus in the morning.
Plus in the morning, yeah.
Well, it's kind of morning.
I don't know. I don't know why I want to share the story, but I'm going to. We had choir like in high school when I was going through my last like stretch of puberty. That's an important part of the story. But I was like learning how to play guitar and stuff and getting into music as I was going from like a tenor to like a bass too. And we had choir. I don't know why I'm telling the story, but we had choir at 8 a.m. and everybody was like full registers below like what they're usually singing. And so sometimes when we have these early promo things, I'm like, oh no. The crackle in my pubescent voice is going to come out. But thanks so much to KINK Radio for having us out. Obviously, we're very proud of this record and really believe in just kind of like walking through this healing. We're just, I guess our biggest hope is that it could be healing for anyone that connects with it and your story. And I think at the end of it all, like coming into acceptance, you know, I grew up kind of a major jock, and so when I had gone through this divorce and I had lost a couple really close people to suicide in my life, it was just kind of one of those kind of like, man, I don't know how to continue to move forward. So you need to. I wanted like the proper steps. You know, give me. My mom's been in and out of the AA. Like, give me the 12-step program to like heal my heart. And the truth is like there's no curriculum. There's no rule book for it. We're all different places in life, and we all have individual stories that are unique and so custom to us. And so I think true acceptance, or true getting to like the essence of acceptance, is being able to kind of hold it all at once, and being able to accept when anger comes and like treat it like a friend. Like when you wake up in the morning and you're having a hard time getting out because it's cloudy or whatever it may be, accepting the sadness, accepting the parts of you that you don't really like, and being able to say like, man, I know those parts of me deserve to be loved as well. So this is kind of our front going single. It just came out today. It's called Long Dark Night of the Soul, and I think it kind of encapsulates what we believe as acceptance. You have any final thoughts?
No, that was beautiful.
Thank you. Thanks for letting me talk a little bit. I'm obviously just like spilling guts on you guys.
Finding strength in the weakness. Tell the truth, what follows is freedom. But to the hurt, man, you'll find some healing. Looking back now after some grieving, what hurt the most wasn't even the cheating, not even close, no, it was the feeling. You left me alone at our home, shh, bring the beat. I came back from hell with stories to tell. I wish my demons well, they're crying in their cells. I've got my mistakes, those prices I paid. Oh, where do you go when you feel all alone? Night of the soul, will you find the light? Oh, it's 6 feet deep where you gotta go to come alive to this beautiful light. I'm painting my clothes, bright colors to show. These scars help you grow when you feel all alone. Oh, it's the long dark night of the soul, where you find the light. It's 6 feet deep where you gotta go to come alive. It's the long dark night of the soul, where you find the light. It's 6 feet deep where you gotta go to come alive to this beautiful life.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right, there you go, Judah and the Lion. Judah, Brian, thank you so much. Louder. Like you mean it. Now that we're all emotionally drained from those five songs, the album is The Process. It came out today, and then they're tonight at the Rivian Style Resorts Amphitheater. We're gonna meet. We're gonna greet. So if you want to hang out, we'll take some pictures in the back with the band. That's cool. If you got to go back to whatever, life, right? You got a lawn to mow. Oh, and this weekend, wear sunscreen. Especially you, Cody. That was not necessary. Thanks for coming, everybody.